arrive at the time that we've organised. Just go up to their door, ensure that they're happy, they've got all their bits and bobs that they will need for the day, their keys to get back in. Anything that they want to share with the group, they'll bring that with them. And then I will obviously bring them to the car, get them in safely, and head off to whoever is next. Once I've brought the ladies in and ensure they're sat down, they've got their tea, normally I ask the host if there's anything I can do to help.
I like to be prepared beforehand. You have to reorganise your room a little bit to suit whatever. And then as they come, you welcome them in, give them a cup of tea, get them settled. And then as you can see, we go from there. They chat, we give them the food, chat to them, and we keep them going with cups of tea.
So we come around, we have lovely hostesses and a nice tea. You get full up to your ears, don't you? Nice chats we have together.
Everywhere we've been, once a month, the hosts are wonderful people. They looked after us so well, and the drivers are wonderful. The volunteers, they're fantastic.
Yeah, it's like a family group, isn't it, really?
Oh, yes.
And they're all very friendly. I mean, they've not had any arguments.
Oh, no.
No, we've had no fights, we've had nothing.
I look forward to a nice drive in the car, coming out and being brought here.
It's nice to be taken for a car ride. Coming out and meeting other people and having a nice tea and a nice company. It's really something to look forward to, as my family are all scattered and I hardly ever see them, unfortunately. And this does make up for a lot.
It also means that I again meet friends, people, some of whom I have already met, and some are new friends to me.
I admire these people who get us coming to their home, complete strangers, and treat us like wonderful.
I must admit that I look forward to a very nice tea.
So you have a chat, and then they take us home. We go home.
Then we watch the television.
Then we watch the television. Yeah.
I bring them back to their house. Sometimes they want you to pop in, they want to show you their house, where they live, make sure they get in okay, and head on from there.
And then I do the washing up.
I drive every month. That's the commitment I've given, so I don't find it a problem. It's 3 or 4 hours on a Sunday instead of just sitting at home.
It's a very small commitment, actually. I mean, it's just getting in the stuff and doing it.
Everybody I meet, they're just hilarious. They just have the best stories. If you just are able to talk, to say hi to them, to bring them where they need to go, and you have a few hours, there's no real skills that you need.
The bit we enjoy most is chatting to the people and hearing about the lives they've lived and where they've lived and if they've travelled, where they've travelled, and all the interesting aspects of their life. And that's why you need time to sit and chat to them, because you do learn a lot.
The volunteers are wonderful to give up their time, but we really appreciate it.
Oh, I think if they don't get out much and they're living on their own, I think it makes a great difference, because it's people to talk to. I know if I was on my own, I would appreciate it a great deal.
Contact the Elderly. It's just a few hours on a Sunday afternoon. I think it's a really good door opener to get people back out into the society.
So to have a driver come to your house and pick you up and help you into a car and bring you then somewhere for tea is a huge factor. So it's not just that there's a group going on.
I hear very good reports from people about the teas that they attend, and obviously the company is the very important thing, but it's all very well oiled and put together.
I think it's a really good starting point for a lot of vulnerable people that have lost their confidence.
In the area of London that I work in, many people's families, their children, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren have left the city. So social isolation is a big factor. And when I've finished doing therapy with people and they've done quite well out of it, and if they've been discharged from the service, it's just wonderful to be able to refer on to Contact the Elderly, because it's another facility that can help combat social isolation and keep people involved in the community and doing things, which is a real protective factor in mental health.
Looking forward to it each month. The change, they're so excited on the phone, whereas when you first spoke to them, they were sort of, you know, closed in, don't see very many people, and they've just made so many friends.
It's just a wonderful link. It keeps people connected to their community. It helps people to make friends in their community they may not have known before. And overall, it just, for me as a psychologist, I'm very much involved in treating mental health problems or mental illness, rather than being involved in more preventative work. And I just feel Contact the Elderly can be a real factor in preventing people slipping back into social isolation.
I've had very good impression of the way that the staff deal with the referrals that we make.
Very simple. It's the most simple process of referral I think I've ever come across.
A week is a long time to an older person, and a lot of them say to me Sundays are the worst days.
It's a simple idea, and the huge joy it brings is just wonderful.
Oh, it's wonderful to come out once a month, particularly when you're on your own. It's fantastic.
And I'm very grateful to the people who give up their time and who provide all this.
I would recommend it, definitely.
It's just wonderful. That's all I can say about it. It's absolutely fantastic.
And it's just about the wonderful thing to happen to old people.